Welcome back to QrepubliC. Today is August 19th, 2021, Thursday. Our news highlights for today: Asia Pacific shares slip as Alibaba stocks in Hong Kong plunged to record low. Oil prices drop. Shares in Asia Pacific fell in Thursday trade. Alibaba and other Hong Kong listed Chinese giants saw losses today. Same thing with the markets in Taiwan, Japan, South Korea, and Australia also fell this Thursday. In Australia, shares of miners fell sharply in Thursday trade following an overnight decline in iron ore prices due to the concerns linked to China's steel output restrictions in second half of 2021. In Wall Street, Dow, S&P, and Nasdaq fell as well during overnight trading. Those losses came as minutes from Federal Reserve's July gathering showed officials made plans to pull back the pace of their monthly bond purchases, likely before the end of the year. For our international headlines today, Federal Reserve preparing for taper this year, July minutes show. Dow falls for a second day, drops 380 points as Fed discusses reducing stimulus this year. Taliban blocking Afghans from reaching Kabul airport, breaking commitments, State Department says. US forces can't help Americans flee to Kabul airport, Pentagon chief says. Inside this article, the Defense Secretary vows that the US is going to evacuate everybody that they can physically and possibly evacuate and will conduct this process for as long as they possibly can. Ousted Afghan President Ashraf Ghani resurfaces in UAE after fleeing Kabul. Jim Cramer says the rally in drug stocks is far from over. Restaurants sue New York City de Blasio for indoor dining vaccination mandate. US will begin wide distribution of COVID booster shots next month. For our local news, index extends uptick, hits 1 month high. The stock market extended its rally for a third straight day, ending the session yesterday at its highest level in over a month. As investors pin their hopes that authorities would lift the strict mobility curbs in the National Capital Region. No announcements of a possible extension of a stricter lockdown have yet been made, and Metro Manila mayors said they would not be endorsing an extension and would instead leave it to the IATF to decide on the matter. Most went to positive yesterday except for mining and oil sectors. And foreign investors returned to the market yesterday, resulting in net foreign buying of 91 million pesos. For our local headlines today, S&P lowers growth outlook on Philippines as lockdowns stunt rebound. Emperador to list in Singapore Exchange. Tan said the listing would further enhance the Emperador brand internationally. Prutas swings to profit in second half. Fitch warns of continued risk to Philippine banks as they expect the COVID-19 pandemic will continue to challenge banks' business prospects, loan quality, and profitability over the next 12 months. And Jollibee expanding to Spain, choosing Madrid, the central capital and most populous city in the country, as its first location. Its first store in Spain will open later this year as part of its 50-store expansion plan across Europe. For our PSEI today, we close at 6,718.51 and we receive another good foreign indicator today from yesterday na around 90 million dito sa ating foreign indicator. Today, we receive around 700 million. So, more than 3 times po yung pumasok sa atin from yesterday. Going back sa ating chart, we have mentioned kahapon that we are expecting a decline today and hoping for at least a healthy pullback to continue our upside. So, hindi tayo nagka-decline today but we did a healthy pullback during our first hour of our trading session today. And soon, created another bullish candlestick. So very good performance overall of the market today as we broke our upper border, including our moving average 50 and moving average 100. So naka-breakout po tayo dito sa area na yan. With the current market situation in Asia Pacific, it seems that we are not following the trend kasi kahapon and today during our news, we have learned that our neighbors experienced decline on their markets yesterday and today, pero tayo, tumaas pa rin tayo with good foreign indicator, which is in favor to us as we can see a good move in our market. But in the contrast, we cannot still set aside the chance of being declined in our current range, especially we are heading towards dito sa ating resistance. What I'm trying to point out is that suppose our neighbors will have gains tomorrow, and since hindi tayo sumasabay sa trend, baka tayo naman po yung mag-decline and mawala yung support ng ating investors, which is really making our market move. And dito sa ating technicals, we created a steep uptrend, so more steeper siya than the last time, which had resulted of a downward movement. So those are the red flags that we can see as of the moment. Plus, in our headlines kanina, we learned that the S&P lowers our growth outlook due to our lockdowns that prohibits our economic recovery. So in a big picture, our economy is still have yet to recover, which also affects our Philippine banks, which also according to our headlines, one of our credit watcher is expected that our Philippine banks will be challenged in the next 12 months. But in the short term, we have an initial step to help our economy, and that is if our lockdown won't get extended, which is now in the hands of our IATF. So yan po yung ating abangan kung may extend ba or hindi yung ating quarantine. Nevertheless, technical wise, we are near the resistance. So syempre pag nasa resistance tayo, nasa mataas na area tayo, so iwasan po muna natin pagkuha ng shares, especially with our listed stocks in PSEI, which may have the same pattern as of the moment. So you may take some of your gains to be profitable, then just aim again with a good support if by any chance kung kukuha ulit tayo ng shares. So let's continue to monitor the market, be wiser than we are yesterday, and invest for our future. For Emperador, we have learned from our headlines that Emperador will be listed in Singapore's market, which we can consider a milestone for the company. Kaya naman nakakita tayo ngayon ng pagtaas sa kanyang market. With regards to our technicals, we broke our second Darvas box today and now creating a new trend. So ang speculation actually natin kahapon is to have a decline kasi in 3 days, nag-move na kagad tayo ng 30%. But the market still pushed the price up today, and the number one contributor on this move is none other than our foreign investors. So dito sa ating net foreign indicator, kahapon hinighlight din natin na sila yung reason ng paggalaw ni Emperador, and today nagpasok pa sila ng around 400 million, which is the highest since August 13th 2020, which is dito sa ating chart. Nagkaroon tayo ng pagtaas during that time, pero bumaba rin right after like mga 2 days, then long consolidation na halos walang galawan. So going back lang po dito sa ating current situation or current price kay Emperador, if we are going to continue measuring the move that we made during these 4 days, meron na tayong upside na almost 40%. Meaning, kung ngayon pa lang tayo papasok is too late na kasi nakalipad na itong si Emperador. So, sa mga holders naman natin, don't let the opportunity if ever gain na tayo. So, you may opt not to sell all of your shares para in case man is makakuha pa tayo ng highest target profit as possible. So sa safe area naman natin, if ever we're going to get shares, as of this time 16 peso flat yung area na nakikita natin. Although it's not that strong yet, as we have just went into that area. So again, we are being careful na not to have the same pattern last time nung nagkaroon tayo ng pagtaas, then binawi rin after a couple of days. Then ang tagal nag-consolidate neto ni Emperador. So we have to check our options carefully. For Atlas Mining, we are on weak momentum and strong selling pressure as our volume are high in favor of selling. Makita rin po natin siya sa ating move na puro bearish candlesticks for 6th trading day now. And sa ating mga news kahapon and today, makikita rin po natin na down ang ating market when it comes to mining and oil sectors. Kaya naman, ganito din yung takbo ni Atlas Mining as of the moment. Looking on the big picture, meron tayong sideways move from 5.79 to 9 peso area. Although nasa lower area tayo as of the moment, yung closing price natin, with the strong selling pressure na meron tayo, possible pa siyang mag-dip around 5.60 area like what we did last February and July. So pagandahan po ng price sa pagbili as of the moment para dito kay Atlas Mining. Then patience then as well kasi weak ang ating momentum, so medyo mabagal ang ating paggalaw. For LTG, it seems na meron tayong morning star pattern, a bullish formation as we created an indecision candlestick kahapon after po yan itong bearish candlestick natin, plus meron tayong bullish candlestick today. So let's check po itong ating weekly time frame. Here, we can also observe a diminished selling pressure kasi meron tayong 4 candlesticks holding our 9 peso support. Plus, dito tayo nanggaling last October 2020 bago tayo nagkaroon ng pagtaas. So, balik lang po tayo dito sa ating daily time frame. Technical-wise, we're good in getting shares on its current range. Pero be aware that financially, the company hasn't recovered yet. And sa ating net foreign indicator, kung titingnan po natin itong ating net foreign indicator, mostly puro withdrawals yung ating mapapansin. So ito naman po yung ating major red flags. What we can do is we can do a test buy if we are not sure or if we are not comfortable yet. Then kapag tomorrow bullish pa rin tayo, we may add some more shares kasi it's another confirmation na naman para po sa ating morning star pattern. Then set some profits to be taken at 10 peso area. Yan po yung ating immediate resistance. Pero if we are looking for a major one, we can find it at 11.20 range. So let's check carefully our options for this one. For AC Energy, may secondary confirmation na tayo na broken na po itong ating 8.80 area, ating key support. So if we are planning to buy some more shares, wag po muna as there is a high chance na bumaba tayo at 8 peso area or at least dito sa ating moving average 50 around 8.40. Generally, uptrend is still intact but a possible dip at 8 peso area may happen, so bago po tayo umakyat ulit. If ever, more on hold po yung pwede natin gawin dito kay AC Energy. Then if we still have some buying powers, we should reserve it either sa 8.40 sa ating moving average 50 or dito sa ating 8 peso range. For DDMPR, after ng ating bullish pattern recently, nag-decline po tayo today. An initial sign na malakas pang ating resistance at moving average 20 around 1.80 range po yan. And we have a high chance na i-retest ulit natin yung ating 1.77 area. Sa mga mag-e-entry pa lang po or magdadagdag ng shares kay DDMPR, wait po muna tayo ng better price, which is possibly around 1.77 range. Or other option is that if nakabili naman na tayo dito sa ating 1.77 range, be on the side muna and observe if this area will be strong enough. So if not, mas makakuha pa tayo ng mababang price. Yun nga lang, kailangan muna natin siyang i-observe for a while, wait for some more candlesticks just in case bumaba pa tayo below 1.77 area. For DMC, nasabi natin kahapon that although bullish yung ginawa natin, we still need to wait for a couple of more candlesticks to make sure that the 6.19 area will be strong enough to be our support, especially sa mga mag-e-entry pa lang sa kanya. As of the moment, undecided pa ang ating market and we cannot confirm yet the 6.19 area. So observe pa tayo further. Pero again, if gain ka na po, especially if we were able to catch this one last August 9 nung nag-dip tayo sa may moving average 200, take all or some of your profits depending on your trading plan para mas maging profitable po tayo. For JFC, we made a bullish candlestick today, plus we broke our moving average 50. And it seems that we are now completing the morning star pattern kay JFC kasi from our doji last August 16th, 3 bullish candlesticks na ang ating ginawa. So more ongoing up na nakikita natin kay JFC. So kasi aside from this one, na breakout pa nga po natin yung ating moving average 50. If nakapag-sold man tayo ng shares today, it's fine kasi our main goal naman is to protect our capital and to have gains. What we can do is we can just repurchase tomorrow or test buy at least, and the TP target that we can see right now is at 216 area. So medyo malakas na resistance yung pwede nating may speculate at that area. So good to hold po or add shares tayo dito kay JFC as of the moment. For Converge, after quite some time of consolidating, we just had an initial sign of breaking our consolidation area right after our indecision candlestick kahapon. During the past few days, the advice that we are giving, especially sa mga mag-e-entry pa lang kay Converge, is to be on the side muna kasi baka bumaba pa tayo at 25.12 area due to our long consolidation. But today, we just had an indicator that we may no longer touch the 25.12 area. With that being said, we may already begin our buying of shares or test buy muna sa mga hindi pa comfortable dito sa initial sign na meron tayo today. And same thing sa mga gusto po mag-add ng shares. So more on hold and adding of shares po tayo dito kay Converge as of the moment. For PHA, weak momentum and low volume pa rin po tayo. Downtrend channel is still intact and somehow meron tayong other pattern na na-observe which is sideways from 0.90 to 1.30. Currently, malakas pa ang ating resistance at 1.12. So, more likely, bababa ulit tayo sa 0.90 area where we can safely buy some shares. So more on observation po muna tayo since weak ang ating momentum. For Apollo Global, our momentum is still weak and low volume din tayo. Although may binabantayan tayong sideways range with the bottom of 0.10 area, at some point, malaki yung potential natin na bumaba pa because of the FOO. It will be wiser if we can observe muna rather than buying on current range kasi soon possible na meron pa tayong pwedeng makuwang magandang price near the FOO or exactly dun sa FOO price. For Merimart, like PHA, meron din tayong downtrend channel with possible sideways from 3.13 to 3.84. Currently, we have a strong resistance at 3.47 area and immediate resistance then dito po sa ating moving average 9 which is also pointing down. So as of the moment, mas maganda maging on the side muna and wait at 3.13 area bago bumili or mag-add ng shares kasi mahina po yung ating momentum.
And that's it for today. Kung nagustuhan niyo po itong video na ito, please don't forget to like it and share it as well para mapagbigay insights din po tayo sa iba. And also, kung meron po kayong additional information or thoughts dito sa review na to, comment nyo lang po yan para makatulong din po or makapagbigay information din po tayo sa iba. At sa inyo po na gustong magpa-review ng kanilang mga stocks, comment nyo lang din po yan para maisama po natin sa ating next session. And sa mga bago po nanonood ng video na ito, don't forget to subscribe para lagi po kayo maging updated sa mga bagong videos na nilalabas po natin. Maraming salamat po. I'll see you soon. QRepublic.